If you've ever felt tired of always being strong, always on guard, or always surviving, then this episode is for you.
Let's not lie to ourselves. There were times in our lives where life felt so uncertain, and the only option we had was to create coping mechanisms, habits that help us to survive those seasons.
One thing you must know is that survival habits are not bad. It only becomes bad when it gets you stuck, when it doesn't allow you to grow. We were not born with survival habits. They are learned behaviors. They are things you picked up to keep yourself safe when life became overwhelming, painful. They are ways you adapted to protect yourself when life felt heavy and uncertain. Maybe you learned to stay quiet so you wouldn't be noticed, to overwork so you wouldn't feel replaceable. Or you learned to shut down emotionally because feeling too much hurts. At that time, those habits made sense, right? Well, that's because they protected you. And yes, they got you through. But here is the hard part. What protected you in survival mode can limit you in your season of growth, because the very things that helped us survive can stalk us later on. People pleasing turns into resentment. Overworking turns into burnout. Trashing those habits doesn't mean shaming who you were. It doesn't mean judging your journey. It only means thanking that version of you and choosing differently now. Unlearning feels uncomfortable. It feels slow. Sometimes it feels like you are losing control, and that's because you are learning how to feel safe without your old armor. Now, here is where patience comes in. You have to make peace with the fact that you won't drop old habits overnight. Some days you will catch yourself going back to them, and that's totally okay. After all, growth isn't about never sleeping. It's about noticing, pausing, and choosing again. I remember a time in my life when I felt the need to control every detail of my life, needing to know the outcome even before I lived the experience. But real freedom found me when I learned to loosen up my grip, adapt, and allow growth meet me where I was. So if you are in the season of letting the old version of you go, hear this. You are not weak. You are healing. You are allowed to rest now. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to live, not just survive. So be patient with yourself.